There we go. Welcome to the Schnitzer Master Agency call on this beautiful holiday Monday. It's September 1st already. I don't even know where August went, but I'm excited about this page. We got some new faces on here. We'll talk about that here in just a second. We got plenty of room for more. You guys are going to notice some of these leadership pages growing by the numbers, and I absolutely love seeing it. So we got some new folks joining us here on the leadership team, and we have a couple of you that are right on the fringe of making your way to this page. Very proud of everyone who made it on from last month. Final numbers came out. We celebrated and we'll do a little bit more celebrating today. If you're brand new or you're wondering what are the main calls I should focus on every week, I would say first and foremost, being on the accountability call every morning at 9 a.m. is going to be the best thing that you could do for you and your business. That call, we start off every single morning in the numbers and we focus on the numbers that truly matter here. Okay. To grow your sales business, to grow the amount of families that you're able to help, we're focusing on the metrics that lead up to that every single day, which is a really cool way to start the day. And we get about 15 minutes of mindset motivation, mindset coaching from one of the guest speakers for the day, which has been awesome. Anyone on this call today in the accountability group for the first time? Dawn, you're in there? Dawn, you've been a guest before a few times, right?
I was a guest all week last week after convention.
Yeah. And you decided, why the heck not? Let's do this.
I jumped in, nervous, anxious, but I did it. I'm going for it. Got to break the uncomfortability.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's going to be good for you. So every single morning, 9 a.m. The calls outside of that, guys, we've got the master agency call Mondays. Obviously, great way to start the week. The next 7 weeks, we have guest speakers lined up. And so you guys have heard from me a lot in this last quarter. I kind of took the reins and decided that I wanted to host Monday calls. Now I want to interview some folks that are going to give you guys some great insight into the business. We've got Tristan Strickland lined up for next week, Jordan Hunt the week after, Jamie Cuppernell the week after that. We've got Brad Smith to close out the month. Then we have a few others set up for October already. It's going to be a really cool couple weeks. We'll definitely record and add those to the library because those are some folks that we can go back to those calls and just pull from their knowledge. So I'm very excited. I'm also, we've never had Brad Smith on a call. We had Jamie Cupp. She hosted with Wilbur a couple weeks ago, but I'm actually excited to hear her solo. It's going to be a really good one. So you guys got some
Okay,
great
wait,
speakers lined up.
babe.
Yeah.
Let's tell the story of how Brad has ended up on our call because I think it's a special way to highlight one of our agents.
Yeah, I mean, so Rod's here. Rod, I absolutely I love you, man. And I just got to remind myself all the time you're 20 years old and you're way further along than all of us. Where we were at when we were 20, at least I can speak for myself. And we're super proud of you and what you're doing with your team. You took like 6 people with you to conference. You are producing at a high level, and I wanted to reward that. So I actually sent Rod a text and I was like, bro, pick anybody in the entire company that you want to interview on our team call, and we'll let you interview them. So he picked Brad Smith, and I told Brad Smith a little bit about you, Rod. So I'm actually going to connect you guys in a group chat a couple days before that call, so that way you guys can share each other's contacts. And it's great association because you're going to now have the number for the man that created funnels and has laid the path for a lot of us 130s, and so I think that's good access. I think that's a good table to be at. So I will continue to do things like this, pick on somebody to pick out a guest speaker and interview them. I love doing that. And it gives me a week to just be in my notes and learn instead of being the one that hosts. So yeah, we're very excited for that. But Monday calls are always great. I love starting off the week with you guys. Thank you for making this a priority today. I promise you it'll be impactful. The top producer call on Tuesdays is I think everyone that is in our entire master agency should be a part of that call. Every single Tuesday, they interview a top producer or an elite producer. So you're not going to hear from people that are still trying to figure out production. You're going to hear from people that are past figuring it out. Okay. They know what they're doing. They know how to hit the repeat button when they want to. So those are great calls. The national call on Wednesday it's a don't miss type of thing. I don't think if anyone here wants to be a 1:30, you're gonna be missing that call. It's a great one to plug into every Wednesday. The Wednesday night new agent welcome call is great for new agents. If you haven't seen it before, I definitely want everyone on the team to attend at least once. But that call is perfect for those agents that are studying, just got their license, or in their first 90 days of production and need to focus on what matters most. Jim does an incredible job on that call, just kind of laying out for an agent, hey, here's the most important things. Here's the speed bumps that you may run into, and here's how you get through them. So just a great call on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we have Be a Better Builder, which for anyone who wants to build a massive agency, you're going to hear from people that have been down the road of building, have made mistakes, have put themselves out there, sometimes even made a fool of themselves trying, and can look back and kind of teach what they've learned along the way. Put a one in the chat if you're building an agency here, and I would love to see who all of our builders are. Okay, cool. Awesome. Y'all got a special place in my heart because, hey, I can produce. I love the production side of this business, but I think the biggest blessing in Symmetry and the opportunity is being able to build your passive income and experience some time freedom. Because I remember when I was new, it was 60-hour weeks of production, trying to figure this out, making sure my family can stay afloat. And now it's provided some awesome flexibility for us for sure. We still work hard, but man, having a team is the sweetest thing. All right, here's your schedule for the week. I don't think there's many open spots. So, hey, a few of you want to grab those open mic spots, feel free. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 open mic times the rest of the week from bell to bell, morning to evening. You guys have live dollars in the Mac room. Put a 2 in the chat if that's helpful for you. Guys, the schedule, it's crazy. It used to be really like we had open mic time splattered all over the screen. Now there's so many people that want to serve. I don't even have enough time to text our leaders and tell them to sign up. The sign up sheet's already full last week. I sent it out. I said, you probably got 3 minutes before this entire thing's full. And I looked back a couple minutes later and it was full. So you guys can pop in there pretty much any time of the day and listen to folks dial. Use this to your advantage. Okay. When I sit down with new agents, I'm looking at the screen with them for the next week and I'm telling them, hey, this is a person I would like you to listen to. This is someone I would like you to listen to. Try to carve those out in your calendar so that you can learn from them and fit your dial time around those dialers so that you can really soak up what they're going through. And it's just like learning firsthand experience like that. You may catch them going through a live appointment and it'll bless you big time. September is a 4-week month. We just got kicked off. Saturday was the first day of the month. We got week 1 is underway. I believe this weekend, I got to go back and check the numbers. I've been pretty tied up this morning. Haven't gone back and look at the record boards yet, but I'm pretty sure this weekend was a record for us for Weekend Warriors. So put a 3 in the chat if you wrote an app this weekend because you contributed towards that. It was a killer weekend. I looked at like midday Saturday. We were at 25 grand on a Saturday and I'm like, holy smokes. That's honestly, best start for a Saturday that we had. And then I knew some of y'all were working Sunday. So I can't wait to look back and see if we actually beat that record. Ignite signups are well underway. I promised you guys a wheel spin this week. We are not doing a wheel spin this week. We are going to round up everyone that signed up all the way through the end of day today for a wheel spin for next week. Okay. We're going to make it special for you guys, provide a league credit for y'all. But if you're on the fence about it or you already know that you're going, send me a Venmo. I'll put your name on a ticket. You'll get a registration email and you can start figuring out the rest of the details, guys. We're like 6 months out. So planning this far ahead of time is great. It's also great to plant your flag and make that decision early. The tickets right now are $140. I believe they go up to $299 once we're out of tickets. We've got about 30-ish sold right now, somewhere in that ballpark. So we've got about 30 left. So don't pay full price, please. Get yourself a ticket early. It's going to save you a lot of money. You can use that extra couple $100 to put towards your hotel for the week. It's going to be amazing. If you guys need more details on that event, use this QR code. It'll take you to the events page. And the Hilton, do you say Anatole? I'm going to call on Bob Greenwood for this one. This might be a competitor of yours.
Hilton Anatole.
Anatole, this is a pretty cool spot, huh?
Yeah, very cool.
They chose a good spot for it. That's good. I saw a water park on there, so I called Bob right away. I was like, Bob, bring your kids, bro. Spend spring break with the entire family. It's gonna be dope. But I think they went all out this year, so it's gonna be a great event. Last year, this was probably one of the most special events up to date that I had been to until a conference a couple weeks back. Kind of took the cake for me, but very special event. It's a lot more intimate as far as trainings go. So I think if, going to Denver, going to the Engage conference, really good for inspiration, big picture vision. This one is really good for tactical and coming home with a very clear path to build your agency and build your production. So love that event. We got a contest going for those of you who are building. Whoever sells the most tickets, we've got 8 VIP tickets to give out, 2 premier tickets to give out to the top builders. So you don't have to be a level of leadership either. Okay. I promise you, if you start fighting to get on this leaderboard, you're going to be a level of leadership by the time Ignite comes around. I think Annie Morel, I'm not sure if she's on the call today, but she texted me this morning. She's like, "Hey, my goal is to bring 6 people to conference with me. We're buying our tickets today. What's your Venmo?" And I got a Venmo from her 2 minutes later. And she wants to bring 6 people with her. I could probably guess Annie Morel will be a level of leadership. If not AO, she'll be a key leader by Ignite because of that decision to put butts in seats. So great job, Morels. Great job, everyone else who's building. We've got a quick a list of signups here. I think this is looking a little bit short, Kate. I think we got to go back and check. I'm pretty sure we have about 30 people signed up. So if your name is not on this list, we missed you this week. We'll get you next week, and you'll be a part of our wheel spin for a leap credit for taking the leap early and saving yourself some money. So great job. National call shout outs. Eleanor McNamara finishing up her second month of Elite Producer, finished the month with a $26,000 week. Sorry, that was the second to last month, week of the month with a $26,000 week. Incredible job. She was number 3. Imagine hitting 26,000 in a week and you're still number 3. What the heck? We got robbed. We got robbed. Brooke Carter, I just saw your message there. So we'll get you signed up. Great job. From the golf cart, signing up for Ignite. You could do it anywhere. Mr. Helms, number 8 agency owner producer for week of 8/22, 97.52. Great job, sir. Best smile east of the Mississippi, I promise. Great job, man. Giovanna Mitru, we leave your picture up here with Venus's. We don't even take it down. Week 8/22, number 5 agency owner with Ready to Rights. You're always showing up in some way on that board, usually in production. Really proud of this one. You got a bunch of folks started on your team 2 weeks ago, and now we're waiting for the new writers to sprout out and your team to grow. Great job. Shout out to McKinley. McKinley, are you here, bro? Come on, unmute. It's
Yeah,
the
I'm
first
here.
5K week. That's a big deal, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, hit us with your last name. I'm gonna try it first. It's Kernizin, right?
Say it one more time.
Kernizin?
Yeah, that's how you say it in English, but when you say it like in Creole, it's Kenny Zon. So
Kenizon.
it's yeah, either one
Okay.
works. Either one works. I'll take
I
Kernizin.
I
I'll
lived
take
in
Kenny.
Louisiana for 4 years. I know how it works, bro. They're half Creole down there. Great job, man. I'm proud of you. Didn't you hit pretty close the following week too?
Yeah, I got to, I'm not gonna say pretty close, but I did write a couple of apps. I was like at 1,000 something, probably like 1,600 or something.
All right, cool. Great job, man.
It's not a one-time fling. I'm coming back.
No, it ain't. It's gonna become a common theme for you. It'll become easy for you. I think you get to a certain point in your business where you're like, I'm gonna turn it on this week, and you go and turn it on. You have a 10K week. All right, so keep fighting for it, man. You're doing great. We also had Bob Greenwood, first 15K week. Bob, you can unmute, man. What'd you do? Tell us your secrets.
No secret, man. Just actually helped a really nice elderly couple, and they wanted to protect a very large new home that they just purchased. So having to rewrite actually the wife a couple medications she forgot to share, but that's all right. We're going to get her here in another week or two after we fix a prescription that she doesn't believe should be on her record.
Cool. Let's go, man. Great job. What was the total APV?
It was around 17.
Yeah. Okay, cool. They capped you out.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Great job, man.
Thank
First
you.
time on the 15K week board. I know it's not the last time either, Bob. I can see you kind of transitioning into the advanced market field for the team and helping more families out with like DFL and annuities and whatnot. You got the brain for it, man. You and I were born looking the same. You got the smarter brain though.
I got the hair up here. You got it here.
Yes, we look similar. When I look in the mirror, it's very close. But great job, man. I'm super proud of you. Keep fighting. National call shout outs for James Bradford hitting team leader. Great job, James. I don't see you on the screen, otherwise I'd make you unmute. We added two folks to the leadership page. Also, this young gentleman right here with a team leader promotion, working on key leader. Great job, Rod. Let's give it up for him. I'm stoked about this. Rod wants to be an AO yesterday. So Rod, when's the date? Have you put a final date on when your AO run's gonna happen?
Final date. Final date. So AO month 1 would be this month.
It's a 4-week month. Next month is a 5-week month. So it's actually great that it's smack dab in the middle of your 3-month run. If you
And
do that.
honestly, it's great because I gotta start this month anyways because I hit 105. Whatever. Regardless of that, starting this month 1 at AO. Hopefully my numbers came out to issue 15K this month so I can get to my month 1 of
100.
50% to be able
Yep.
to get to 105 for my AO. We'll see how numbers play out with that. But with that being said, in 3 months, I'm terrible at months, like legit terrible. So in 3 months, I'll be AO.
September, October, November. You'll be
Yes.
walking into December on the last national call of December being announced as an AO when that
Yeah.
happens. Wilbur, does that check out?
Yeah, I mean we've got it all. Yes, we got if we hit 100 for August, then we can make that run. If not,
Yes.
we started this and then we'll walk into January. But regardless, it's done.
Cool.
So
Love
Done.
it.
so key leader,
Done, wrapped up, sealed, and put in a package.
Yeah.
This is why
Red bow. Big
this
red
is
bow.
why what do you say?
Just a big red bow on that
Yeah,
package.
I didn't hear the rest. We got some capital bonuses. For those of you who are in leadership positions, AO or above, you validate, you beat your year-over-year numbers, and you'll wake up like Joseph Helms and text your uplines and say, "Hey, I just got a deposit from Symmetry. Do you have any idea where that's from?" Extra $900 for the man for hitting year-over-year growth and validating his first month out of AO, which is really cool. I know for me that did not happen. Kate and I hit AO, and the very next month we finished at 14,000. We took our foot off the gas and hit us in the face like a ton of bricks. So great job, Joseph, for getting that. That capital bonus will come every single month for you. Just keep growing, okay? And it's going to go up every single month. When you keep growing like that. Eleanor McNamara, 2984 for her producer bonus. That's a good little chunk of change when you already submitted around 60,000. You get an extra $3,000 on top of that. Just for doing your job. Great job, Eleanor. New riders for last week. This is huge. I love seeing this board filled up. We had Scott Daly, one app. Looks like a small accidental, but you're in the game now, and now it's official. So you can write one, you can write a million. Great job, Ben Samaniego. I think I got that right. You got to say it really fast. It probably sounds better when you say it fast. Laura Risas. Did I say it right, Laura? Risas? Did I get you right, or did I do you dirty?
You did say it right. You said it with an accent, but it's to be expected. It's all right. It's like a he, like think like the Michael Jackson, like he. It's like he sus.
Hesus.
You got it.
Cool, I got it now.
Can we
Anita
get
Attaway?
Scott to practice that every week? I just want to hear him do the Michael Jackson.
That's really
Laura Hesus. Let's go. Anita Attaway. Attaway, Anita. Let's go. Lucas Cunningham, 463 one app. Michael Hill. Mike who? 683 one app. Ethan Teller, 1741, 2 apps. Let's go. Great job, new riders. I'm stoked for you guys. We've got a couple more fun things. This is for like the last week of last month. So we've got top 6, Wilbur Smith, 4186, 4 apps. Jeremiah Morales, great job, man. 4318, 2 apps. I see you moving, buddy. I'm proud of you. Eleanor McNamara, 5400, 2 apps. Brooke Harder, 5487. That's a 5K week, 3 apps. We got Jared Salatis with a 5K week, 5505, 5 apps. And Miriam Noah, 6,600, 3 apps. Miriam, just update your picture in Slack so we can stop putting cat. Kellen always chooses cat pictures. So that one's actually pretty cute. I'm not a huge cat fan. I'm a dog guy, but that one's a pretty cute cat. All right, so here's your entire month. We had Teresa Kelly, 19,586, 9 apps. Everyone on the right-hand side, amazing job. Okay, if you helped a family last month, put a 4 in the chat. Okay, if you're on the top 20, amazing job. Way to serve people. You guys, a lot of you are just still building those consistent production behaviors every single week where you're investing in yourself, you're investing in leads, you're running an effective calendar, you're setting up enough time for both dials and appointments and all the other things that we do. Great job for everyone who wrote an app, but top 6 last month, Teresa Kelly, 19,586, 9 apps. Bob Greenwood, 20,000, almost on the dot for 5 apps. Rod Savelier, Russian Rocket, aka the Affordable Underwriter, aka Roddy Rich, 21,000, 13 apps. Venus Diaz, 24,000, 17 apps. We had Giovanna Mitru, 36,000, 18 apps. Great job. And Eleanor took the cake at 45,973, 22 apps. That's how you lock in elite producer. Well done, team. Road to ownership. We got 14 owners on the page. Let's go, guys. You're almost there. Team McGregor, great job. You got three riders, 1 new. Team Banks, 3 riders, 1 new. Team Fleet or Flete? Flete? I'm gonna go with Flete. 3 apps, 2 riders. We got Team Morel, 10 apps, 2 riders. Team Robson, 12 apps, 2 riders. Team Morales, 12 apps, 2 riders. That looks like a team leader run right there at number 10 and 9, and almost a team leader run right there for 11. Let's go, guys. You got it. You're on your road. Team Babin, 14,663, 10 apps, 3 riders. We got Team Salatus, looking for a key leader run here soon. He's building, he's moving. 15,211, 14 apps, 2 riders. Team Hadley, 25K, 23 apps, 5 riders, 2 new. We got Team Savelier. You guys just heard the man. He's calling his shot, so let's cheer him on. 30,000, 21 apps, 5 riders, 3 new riders. He's growing. He's writing. Let's get it. Team Robson, barely beat you, Rod. 30,000, 204, 26 apps, 5 riders. Same number of riders, okay? Almost same amount of APV. You guys know the drill. We just got to grow head count. That's how you grow your business here. You just grow head count, right? There's an average APV per head in this business. And I know at first you're like, I gotta get my people to do more. It's actually the exact opposite. You want them to do whatever their vision is to do and how quickly their feet move. You want to look at this building game as a game of head count. So as we're setting up for Ignite in 6 months from now, how many butts and seats can you get to Ignite? You're going to grow your team on the way there. You're going to get people locked in, and they're going to come out of that just wanting to also build and do the same thing. So Team Robson, great job. Team Greenwood, 41,000, 22 apps, 8 riders, 4 new riders. Team Goldsmith at 51K, 28 apps, 9 riders, 4 new riders. And Team Neil, 67,000, 39 apps. Holy freaking smoke. Sarah, Neil, what's going on here? Where are you at, and what are we running after?
I'm right here. We're good. We got a freaking awesome team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
After
Let's
running
go.
after AO. Yeah, here we go.
Is this month 1 right now?
Month 1 will be September. Got to get one more rider, but I got him. So
Cool. Month
Yep.
1 will be September. We'll be cheering you on. This is September now. I was just gonna say that's next month. It's already September, Sarah. What the heck?
well,
Good
you know,
job.
end of the month.
Yeah, I got you. You're doing it. All right, here's where your base shops landed. Diaz base shop landed at 30,000, 21 apps, 4 riders. Smith base shop at 40,000, 33 apps, 7 riders. Helms base shop at 53,000, 51 apps, 12 riders. Team Mitru, 61,000, 50 apps, 16 riders, 6 new. Granzard, you guys could have done one more app to pass 100K, bro. You guys have had 100K a month before, though, haven't you? This ain't the first time. This is like number
Yeah, a
3.
few of them.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I try to remember those things. 100K months are big things. I remember Ashley told our first 100K month, we texted Ashley and we're like, yo, we just hit 100. And she's like, 300 comes a lot quicker. I was like, okay, good. Because 100 was a grind. It was an absolute grind. So I'll say the same thing to you, Bob. I think 300 is coming quicker than those 100K months for you. Your team's growing and you guys are doing great. So great job last month, 16 riders, 6 new, and Kate and I's base shop did 145K, 104 apps, 25 riders, 6 new riders. Great job, everybody. That's $430,000 in submit business. That's 317 families served with life insurance. 80 total people wrote business. That's our second best that we've ever had. And new riders, we had 24 as a master agency. So congrats to everyone who's brand new on the screen. You guys, we're very excited to grow with you. You're catching this team at the right time because everyone's growing. Here's your SNA slide. We keep an update of your first 6 weeks. The moment you get your opt credentials, your 6 weeks starts, and you will, if hopefully you find yourself on the very end of the screen, you may see your name drop off if you don't quite make it. That's totally okay. This is just a pat on the back type of recognition because Symmetry doesn't celebrate this anymore on national calls, but we do. We think it's so important to hit those first 6 apps in the first 6 weeks. These are the folks that are running after it. So you've got Annie and Jessica with 4 apps each, and Brooke, Katrina, and Ethan with 2. Everyone else there on the left with 1. So if you are not clear about what your SNA final date is, and that's something you would like to hit, text the closest agency owner to you, text them and ask them when your SNA date is. We all have a shared tracker. So we have all those dates saved on a spreadsheet and we can get back to you really quickly. For those of you who hit SNA, I would say if you're in my base shop, you're probably getting this already and you're more than welcome to it. But for the whole master agency, I would love to meet with you one-on-one for a whole month. That may even go longer as you continue to grow. I just want to commit to that whole first month. If it's for a one-on-one coaching session once a week. I would also love to evaluate at the end of that first month if that's something that's helpful for you, because I'd love to keep doing that. Okay, so hit SNA, get some coaching sessions, try to take your game to the next level. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. So great job for everyone who's on the sheet. There's something to run for. If you find someone outside the agency that you'd rather have a one-on-one with, and that someone is a part of the Mac Room leadership team, you may even be able to swap out one of those coaching sessions with them. I've got some friends over there that would love to help. So just something to look forward to, something to shoot for. Bert Wright, you are Slacker of the Week. Great job, Bert. What do you have to say for yourself, man? How does it feel? Speech.
Keep slacking.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. I mean, it's like every single week you're posting videos in our accountability chat, taking ownership for where you're at in the process, but also celebrating others big time. I think that's the best attribute of any of our team members, is someone that knows how to lift others up and encourage others, because the power of positive leadership is super powerful. So we see you, Bert, and we're excited for you. You got some people.
Scott just summarized why we chose Bert perfectly. But Bert, I also want to highlight that you are so consistent in Slack as far as championing and encouraging and rooting up everybody and just encouraging everybody in both accountability and general. You do that so well. But I'll tell you what was really exciting was you told us that you got your faith back in this business. And I think we all can kind of feel it. And then what was it? Thursday, Friday, remind me. What was it? 114 dials and 6 appointments made?
Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. And look at that. Like, you're so consistent. And that's why we chose you this week, is you're so consistent no matter what your dials and your activity showed you. But then all of a sudden you had a win, and look at how everybody was so excited for you.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for being you, Bert.
Yeah. Thanks for being you, man. You're the type of team member I want, man. Just someone who's like real raw and honest with himself, and someone that lifts up others like consistently, because it's showing up the way that you show up, Bert. What I've like kind of boiled it down to is it's a choice. You choose the way you show up. You don't let the circumstances determine how you treat others. So I love that about you, man. And I love the voice text messages you'll send me on like a Saturday night. I won't mention them here, but they're full of inspiration, a little bit of tears. All right, man. Well, I've got I'm gonna do, so we're diving into about a 9-week series of other people leading this call. Okay. So as we do that, for me, releasing the reins a little bit and honestly, probably helping you guys out more because you've heard from me a lot lately, bringing in some really high talent to share with you guys. I do want to wrap the series, my series up with this, a little bit of recap from last week. I know that I had to speed through some of the seasons that we talked about, so I'm just going to slow it down big time today. We're going to talk about those seasons. But I do understand maybe some of you are newer to the team. Maybe some of you haven't been here for a super long period of time. So I do want to pay respect to that. And just kind of go through like the mission and the values that we have here on this team. I don't know who's talking smack in the chat, but I can see Kate laughing right now, so they're probably ripping me at this point. Guys, our vision here is that we help 100 families in the next 5 years set them free financially. I cannot look at Kate's screen right now; she's absolutely losing it. Set themselves free financially, and that could be set free from a 9 to 5 job or set free a passive income with time. Whatever that looks like to you guys, I believe everyone has a different vision for this. A lot of us have the same core vision, though, for our businesses, is that it provides more time, freedom, and money so that we can pour into the things that really matter most to us in life. For Kate and I, that's our kids, that's our ministry, that's having time with friends and family. We want more time. So we're running really hard to get that. We're going to help 100 family members hit agency owner in the next 5 years. We do that through our core values of honor, growth, grit, and accountability. And those show up every time we come to train. Those show up every time we show up in the Mac room. Those show up every time that we have one-on-one meetings. We show up with honor, growth, grit, and accountability. And they really bleed through our business. I'm really, really proud of this team. Like, guys, I more so than often lately have been having these conversations with Kate where I'm just like, babe, our team culture really has it. Like I now, sharing the 130 title with a bunch of other 130s, we get to look inside each other's businesses and share common pitfalls. We share kind of like road bumps that we're going through. 99% of the problems that I hear about are people problems. Like, hey, I've got this agent that is doing this. Hey, I found out that this agent has fraud and they're doing this. Hey, I found out this. There's a list of things that we've heard about. And I keep going back to Kate and I'm like, I'm so thankful this foundation is built on a strong culture. So I'm proud of you guys for what we're building. I can't think of a single person who I'm like, I'd rather trade them to another team. You guys, we talk about this a lot with my friends that are in other 130 legs, and they're like, "Hey, let's do a trade. I got an agent who's doing this or that." And I'm like, "Nope, there's no trades available. Our team's staying exactly where they're at. I wouldn't consider it even if you paid me." So I'm just very proud of this team, and yes, you are stuck with me actually, Tiffany. You are not going anywhere. Straight to AO and 130 for you. But proud of you guys and proud of the culture that we're building. I did want to kind of recap for last week. If you don't remember, we started off the call with, why are you here? That was the major premise for the 4 seasons that I explained, because I wanted to know where everyone feels called to Symmetry for a different reason, or Symmetry, quote unquote, finds them. I know for me, when I was working at the dealership, you guys know, most of you know that I worked for a family business. So I wasn't looking for jobs outside of that business, but I was so consumed with my job that it was actually killing me inside, because I would work these 70-hour weeks. I would come home at night. Um, thankfully I met a wife that supported the grind. And like Kate, I remember you had that Yeti lunch pail for me and you had it laid out on the counter. And we basically only had enough time to fill that Yeti lunch pail and like go to bed and then repeat it all over again the next day. It was a grind. Like, and I knew, like, especially being newly married, I didn't want that for our future. I did not want that for the next 30 years. My dad's done a great job. He runs a great business, but he's 66, 67 years old, still working 65, 70-hour weeks at that dealership. So I wanted differently. So I was feeling called away from that business in a different way. When I found Symmetry, when Symmetry found me, I started painting that vision super strong of, man, I could build my own sales schedule and I can be at home with Kate. And like when we have kids, I can be around them. And gosh, I remember so vividly sitting down with Kate on the couch or at the kitchen table in like talking about what this business was going to do for us. So as I go through these seasons again, I know I'm not going to go through the as long of a backstory as last week because I'd actually have time. I'd like to have time to make it through them this week. But remember why you're here. Remember what caught your attention, what's catching your vision right now, where you see your business landing in the next 3 or 4 years, okay, and what that's going to do for you. I think there's three important things to think about when you're thinking about vision: what you're doing, who you're doing it with, which is really, really important. So, what are the things that you're doing in 3 or 4 years from now? Who are you doing it with? And what do you have? Okay. And I'm not talking have as in like how much money have you accumulated? Some of you may think about that first, but when I think about the things that I have, 3, 4 years from now, I'm thinking about like I have the ability to send my kids to private school. I have the ability to travel whenever we want to. I have the ability to eat as healthy as my family wants to, buy organic. For Kate to go to Target and not even think about the bill at the counter, she just swipes. Like I think about the things that we have, the ability to bless other families in our Airbnb and just like give them a week of vacation because we love them, and to host team trips with you guys and not think about the bill that's going to come from it. The things that we have, it's very crystal clear. We've talked about them hundreds of times. So if you guys are thinking about vision again, okay, what are you doing? Who are you doing it with? And what do you have? All right. I break that vision down just because McKinley asked me last week. I'll share it with you guys again. I break that vision down into 4 areas. Okay. My coach outside of the business did this with me about a year and a half ago. It makes sense for me. If you like this, you can take it and run with it. So when I'm thinking about those three things, I'm breaking them down each into 4 areas. Okay. I'm breaking it down into finances. I'm breaking it down into family. I'm breaking it down into physical fitness, and I'm breaking it down into faith. So when I think about what am I doing, who am I doing it with, and what do I have, I'm breaking it down into those 4 areas. And you can do a 3, 5, or 10 year. Okay. But for this business, I really think this business is on a 3-year vision plan. Okay. So think in terms of 3 years. A lot can happen in 3 years for you guys. Kate and I went from 80% agents to 130 agents in 3 years. It was 34 months actually. We were just inside 3 years, babe. And it's because we kept the vision so crystal clear. So leading into today's chat about what season are you in, it's also kind of a calling that you need to focus on what this next season is preparing you for. So if you're in the new agent season and I'm going through hey, this is where you're at, these are the things that you may struggle with, and I get to season 2, start preparing yourself for that. Start preparing your mental, like and it's the same way with promotions. If we're currently at a 100 and I start preparing myself to be a 110. So Rod, this is speaking to you. Sarah Hadley, this is speaking to you. Sarah Neal, what's the head count that I need in the volume that we need to be doing 2 promotions ahead of where I'm at right now? Okay. Because if you're shooting for the next season and what it requires to be there, it's the same thing Ashley told Kate and I over and over and over again. What did you tell us, babe? Just act like 130s. What would a 130 do right now? I was like a 105 agent. She's like, well, how would a 130 respond to that problem?
No. She told us that when we were 80s.
How would a 130 respond to that problem? And then we wouldn't even talk about it. I would just go internalize that and I would respond how I thought a 130 would respond. Because we have some really good examples here, guys. We have some really, really good examples. I'm going to have you guys, I'm going to bring on a lot of guests that are going to be good examples of that over the next 8 weeks. So when I'm dealing with problems, when I'm dealing with pitfalls, when I'm dealing with a huge win, like how would a 130 deal with that? Okay. So we're going to go into season 1. We'll get right to it. Season 1. Sorry, I got to find out my notes. So you're not getting paid what you're worth at this point. You may be catching some success in personal production, bring home maybe a $15,000 month, maybe a $20,000 month. You're actually working harder than what you're getting paid for, though. All right. And I say that because in this season, you're going to feel a lot of resistance, and a lot of it comes in the learning curve. All right. A lot of that resistance comes in the learning curve. So you're surrounded in that learning curve by a bunch of people who are winning. You're surrounded by the leaderboards on the national call. You're surrounded by people in the Mac room that are winning. And for some reason for you in this season, this could be your first 90 days. Maybe you're still in the season and and you've been here for a year. Okay. You're in the season and you're feeling like it's really possible, but it's not always possible for you. You're figuring out a calendar and you're staying committed to that calendar, but you also take steps back with consistency. And that's when you really feel like it's not for you in those times. And you want to plant your flag here super deep. But every time one of those tough things happens, you dig it up and reconsider. And you may hop on LinkedIn and start looking at other jobs. Okay, I threw that one in there. So don't do that. In this season, what you need to focus on is you need to read like your life depends on it. Okay, I want you guys to put in the chat what you're reading right now. What are you reading? What are we reading? Gap and Game, Die Empty, Mind Shift, The Miracle Morning, No Excuses, Atomic Habits. You're a badass at making money. I love that. Jordan Belford, Profit First, Law of Attraction. Rereading The Coaching Habit. That's a great one. Sarah, that's one of my favorites. Fierce Conversations. I like Fierce Conversations too. That was a really good book. I got it on my shelf. Fanatical Prospecting, Go for No, Coaching Habit. Okay, great. If you're not reading right now, you got to start reading. Change that today, okay? You have to grow your mind in order to make it out of this first season. You have to, all right? You got to choose excitement. You got to choose excitement on purpose. Look at our slackers of the week. Those are the folks that you want to emulate. Burt Wright chooses excitement on purpose, okay? He may not always feel like it, but when he shows up, he's excited. One of the things, the leadership compliment that I love the most, I don't get it too often, but every once in a while someone will say this to me. Scott, you show up the same way every single time I hear from you. That is the best compliment I could have as a leader. The best. Okay. And I'm asking that for you right now in your beginning season, in your season one. Choose excitement on purpose. Okay. It's contagious, not just for the people around you, but it's contagious for you too. I'm excited for this Dallas session. I'm going to go help some families out. I'm going to book 4 appointments in the next hour. Words are powerful, and the words you speak over your own life are absolutely crucial. In this season, you also have to get on it and stay on it, okay? 5K weeks can't be an every once in a while thing. It has to be the norm. You have to become obsessed for a short period of time so that you can be good at this, okay? And get obsessed with the things that matter, okay? Your dial script matters. You being able to tie down an appointment matters. You being able to run a successful presentation, it matters. All right. And I would say this in the season, if you're not feeling obsessed right now, would you work 40 for the next 30 or 40 years, working 40 hours a week for someone else? Or would you commit 70 hours a week for yourself and go all out in this business so that you never have to work for anyone again? All right. I'm not saying everyone needs to work 70 hours. In fact, please don't. Okay. Burnout's coming if you can't figure out how to grow yourself and go back to that piece first and foremost. But some of y'all can handle those weeks. Some of y'all can absolutely handle those weeks. Okay. So know where you're at in this season. Be willing to be obsessed for it. You need to treat the 4 keys like a checklist: schedule, activity, resources, system. How am I showing up in all 4 of these areas every week? Coach yourself. Look at your schedule for the next week. Look at your activity that you have planned out, or maybe the activity that you made last week. Look at the resources that you have in lead spend and budget, and look at the system. Look at the ways that you're learning from the system and letting it grow you in this season. Give yourself a scale of 1 to 10 for each of those 4 things. And I will promise you in this season, if you find yourself in a pitfall, you just need to turn one of them up. There's no secret sauce. Okay, maybe it's your schedule needs a little bit more refining. Maybe your activity needs a little bit of increase. Maybe you need more resources. Maybe you need to pour into the system a little bit more and make the top producer and be a better builder call a non-negotiable for yourself, or make sure that you reach out to someone and associate. The system is powerful. It's not just one thing, it's everything Symmetry offers. Okay, so when you think about system, the 4 cornerstones is a great way to explain the system. All right. Let me mute.
Where?
Someone be the mute hammer over here. Okay, cool. Next one, work until mentality. You have to adapt a work until mentality. 5K weeks are the goal, and it's a try anything, do anything mentality until it happens like clockwork. Next thing, stay close to your mentor on a daily basis. Guys, I'm telling you daily. You need to be at the top of their text thread. You need to be downloading them with them on the phone a couple times a week. Absolutely. You should be that should be the person that you text the most and reach out to the most, especially within your first 90 days. They can help you through a lot of that learning curve. And then next, you have to have running buddies. You got to have people that you check in with daily that are running side by side with you. Hold each other accountable. Your role that you play together is so important. You're going to sweat together. You're going to call each other higher. And who you surround yourself with in this business ultimately determines where you go and how fast you grow. And I can't preach it enough. I even did it from stage in a Captain Marvel costume or a Captain America costume. And I'm so convinced that your running buddies in this business will probably have a bigger impact on you than your upline. So go ahead and shout out your running buddy in the chat. Who are you running with? Who's that one person that you stay in touch with on a daily basis? Shout them out in the chat. Okay, and then the last thing, follow through with your word is everything. Wilbur said this last week on one of the team calls he was on. I was listening. He said the times that you don't do what you say you're going to do, it breaks you. It was just simple. It was short, to the point, tons of impact in that sentence. The times that you don't do what you say you're going to do, it breaks you. So in this season, you gotta build up your belief in yourself by following through with your word. Season 2, you hit AO. This is like that 105 to probably 110, which is sometimes for some people a very short season, sometimes a very long season. Okay, in this season, you're still not getting paid 100% of what you're worth because now you're building a team. So it looks like this. You're going to work. You're going to get a deposit. You're going to work. You're going to get a deposit. All right, this is the season that you need to run your feet through, because the extremely profitable season is right on the other side of this. Being a 110 to a 120 and producing at a high level is the most profitable stage of your business that you'll be in at Symmetry, outside of hitting 130. Okay, so this season you're going to be in that 105 to 110. You're surrounded by starving birds, and what I mean by that is you're focused on production. Your schedule is busy with learning and growing your own personal production business, and you've got agents that are asking you for help. So in this season, you have to continue to read like your life depends on it and grow yourself. You have to continue to choose excitement on purpose. You cannot slow down. If you do, your business may die there. Okay. How are you serving your bigger team? That's my biggest question for agents in that season. How are you serving your bigger team? Okay. Your level of service is going to show everyone else and prove to yourself your level of leadership in that season, because you're not serving Symmetry yet. You're serving the people to your left and right. Okay. You may not be running national calls, but you're for sure leading the way in the Mac room with live dials. You may not be getting asked to be on stage at conference, but you're for sure inspiring the people on this screen. Even if you think they're not watching, they are. So your job is to show up and serve. All right. Personal production must be at 15K issued per month. Okay. 10K bare minimum, but I want to focus on this 15K here. Ashley told me, Scott, if you can issue 15K every single month until you're 130, you're going to be extremely profitable. I don't know about you guys, but I listen when that lady speaks. If your upline's telling you we need to focus on this, okay, trust them that they've been there before and go take that to the grave. Go make a business plan around that. Go design your weeks and your months around that. Having a 15K month keeps you profitable, pays the bills, and helps you grow your business. Some of you will do more than that, okay? That's okay too. Stay close to your mentor in this season as well. Hire somebody. This is the time where you got to think about personnel. You can't do it all. You can't possibly do it all. You're going to need an admin, and that can be a $9 or $12 a month or an hour admin. That could be a virtual assistant that you hire that can do the simple tasks for you to keep you in the building and producing seat. Okay. My number one goal through this season and into the next was to get rid of all the minutia in my day. How can I dish everything off to an employee so that I can stay focused being in front of agents and being in front of clients? Okay. So if you're in that 100 to 110 phase, make sure that you're staying in front of agents and staying in front of clients and hiring somebody to help you out with the rest. Okay. Now you're into season 3. This is the one that I skipped last week. So if you're in that 110 to 120 phase, or you're, taking my advice from the beginning of the call and you're looking at the season after where you're at right now, here's what you need to do. Now you're getting paid what you're worth. Okay, it's work, work, deposit, work, work, deposit, and you're making somewhere between 15 and 20K per month. Some folks in this season also make close to $30,000 plus. Some of them do a lot more. It's all dependent on their personal production. I pulled a stat. I'm a big numbers guy, and I was talking to Michael Minch a couple weeks ago. He said that the company's best producers, the company's most profitable producers, are 120% contract agents. So imagine the top 10% of our company in production is coming from 120% contract. They're also the ones that are making somewhere between 20 and 30 passively. So it is very possible for someone in that season to be making 50 grand a month with their personal production included. All right. It's not super common, but it's very possible. So focus on this. If you guys want to build up into this season and you want to focus on the next one, it's going to be the same things. Reading like your life depends on it. Choosing excitement, not slowing down. How are you serving your neighbors and other agencies? This is time to think bigger. How can you make an impact on running buddies outside of this bit, outside of our direct 130 leg? How are you serving your neighbors? Okay, that could be mentorship calls where you're helping other people get through a season that you just passed through. That could be you're the white rabbit for someone in another agency and they call you for advice and you give it to them. This could be leaderboards. This should be leaderboards at this point. Okay, in this season, your goal is to be on the leaderboards on the national call every single week, whether it's for building or production. All right. I would also say in this season, you need to find your leadership holes and you need to fill them. Okay, you're right about to get really big and you need to fill the leadership holes. And if you don't see them, you need to have a coach that identifies those holes for you, because if you want to move into that 125, 130, you're going to have a lot more eyeballs looking at you every single day and watching what you do as an example. All right, I gotta be the mute out hammer here. All right, so after finding your leadership holes, this is also the season to pull some weeds and sweep the floor. You got to be the one that's willing to serve the most. All right, you're running your own team calls. You're spending time live dialing in the Mac room. You're serving the team, even people that may not be in your direct base shop. You're serving them by coaching them. This is the time where you need to pour your talents back into the team because you have it figured out in this season. All right. And what you got figured out, you need to give away. That's the best thing about our culture. The next thing is you need to establish your culture. Okay. A lot of you are going to have your team calls rolling. You got to establish your culture. What are you guys going to stand for? What is your vision? What are your mission? Is your mission in the business? And what values are you living by? You should have a clear mission, vision, and values for your agency at this level, because it's going to take a lot of vision to make it to the 130 space that you want to be in. It's going to take a massive vision. You're going to have a vision for your people that fits everyone inside of it. Even if they come here and tell you, hey, I want to make 30, 40 grand a month as soon as possible, you got to have a vision big enough to fit that inside of it. So I would say in this season, your vision and mission needs to be big enough to fit every single person that comes on your team into it. And that'll help take you to the next level. Your goal is to stay relevant in production in this season. You don't have to always be on the leaderboards for production. It could be for recruiting, but you got to be on one of them. All right. And then the same four things, the four keys and four cornerstones are your Bible. It's what you coach off of. It's what you check off for your own weeks. All right. So you're holding yourself accountable to those 8 things and you're coaching off of them. We don't need to reinvent the wheel in coaching here, guys. When an agent comes to me, I lay out the 4 keys and 4 cornerstones, and I find 1 or 2 things that I can help turn them up in their business. And that's the coaching conversation. It makes those coaching conversations very clear and very easy to follow, because it's usually one of those things that's holding them back. And it's usually the emotions that we want to talk about the most. We just have to stick to the cornerstones of our business. All right. And then ABP, always be planting. You got to grow your business here. The next level is dependent on headcount. And then we talked about season 4. This is the last one. You're a 125 to 130. Your deposits look like this. Deposit, 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 work. Deposit, 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 work. All right. Your agency is dependent on the energy that you show up with. So you got to continue to choose excitement, and you got to absolutely continue to read like your life depends on it. This is not a time to slow down, guys. Most 130 start off around a $40,000 monthly income. And the cap for that is somewhere, you guys have seen our leaderboards for bonuses. It's about a $40,000 per month override, all the way up to a $200,000 per month override, depending on how many 130s you have on your team. All right. So if you're a money person, if you're motivated by income or by impact, it's good to know what these people are making. And you can see that every single Wednesday on the national call when they post the when they post the bonus page, to see Marshall Wayland up there, who has $170,000 a month coming in, and Edward Pritchett and Brian Delaney and Brad Smith and all those other top builders. It's like, hey, is this something in your future that would bless your family? In bonuses, that's not even talking about overrides, Rod. I saw your comment there. It's not even talking about overrides. Okay. So this is the season to stay focused. You're going to stay focused and keep running. You're going to keep planting and keep building. You don't need to produce anymore, but you absolutely can, because it's going to fuel a lot of your dreams outside of the business, whether that's income properties you want, or vacations you want to take with your family, or maybe you want to take an entire family on a vacation. Try taking 10 people with you. Your production's going to help you. Okay. So focus, I would say focus on the season that you're in right now. Guys, I'm trying not to be a squirrel. I love the comments right now. Absolutely stay focused in the season that you're in, but have your sights set on the one right after you so that you know what you're up against there. Okay. It's a lot of the same things that are required season after season. So a lot of these things are repeated through each one, but you got to kind of see what's coming for you and where you're at right now to realize I may be thinking down the road, but where my feet need to be moving is in this action right now, which is figuring out production and getting consistent 5K weeks. Okay. Andrew, I was the same way. That's exactly how Kate and I were. We were season 1 agents when we got here with season 4 mentality. So every time we talk to each other, Andrew, from now on, I'm going to ask you, how would a 130 respond to that question? And I'm going to let you answer it. Okay. So I'll end with this, guys, because we're out of time. Focus on the season that you're in. Keep your vision crystal clear. Start with the what do you want? Who do you want to be doing it with? And what do you have? And really build out this vision for yourself, because it's going to help you get through these seasons, especially when times get tough a little bit, right? Building a business isn't easy. It's extremely rewarding though. And realize that your current choices that you're making today end up ultimately leading to that success. It's so cool. We had, remind me who was the speaker at conference. I just read his book, The Brave Habit. Who was that guy?
Todd Henry.
Todd Henry.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got it. Todd Henry, in his book, The Brave Habit, talked about successful people and how there was a study done with a bunch of people who had reached a massive success in their business. And they were asked during this study, they said, what was the turning point for you that you caught success? Like, what was that like monumental moment in your business where you started having success? And unanimously, there wasn't one moment. There was a series of moments. Are you guys tracking with me? So those people that found success weren't able to point it back towards one thing that changed their business. It was the accumulation of making right decisions and showing up each and every day that led to the success. So they couldn't even look back and say like, hey, this is the reason why I got here. It was, I just gradually kept doing the things I needed to do to get to the very next step, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. So success isn't going to come in this big, large moment that we write home about and that we're going to write a book about. It comes in the accumulation of where you're at in the season right now and stewarding it well and knowing what's coming next so that you can prepare your mindset and your action for that. So great book for your next read, The Brave Habit. I give it a 10 out of 10 for any season that you're in. If you want to read that one next, put it on your list. But guys, I'm excited. We got some great guest speakers coming up. Like I said, the team has some incredible momentum. Great job, everyone already on the board this month. Let's fight hard. There's a lot of people running after promotions, and just reach out if you need any help. Okay. Let's have a great Monday. Happy holiday Monday. Let's go serve some folks. Have a great day, everybody. See ya.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks, everyone.
Go get a birdie.
Try.